your career went from serving in a combat situation to serving as chaplaincy, and I think that that's a very interesting insight to show people what the journey can be in the U.S. military as a Jew, and the experience can be from a career perspective. Are you able to touch on a little bit of that and share kind of your story?
Sure. So there I was laying in my mother's arms. No. So I joined the Navy right out of high school. I went to the Naval Academy, and straight out of high school, so I didn't have a lot of experience before that other than a few part-time jobs. And so I've kind of grown up in the Navy. And I was always one of those people who was doing Jewish things. So plebe year at the service academies, everybody goes to Friday night services because you don't have liberty your freshman year to go out Friday night. That tends to dwindle off as you get more senior and you're able to start getting out more and more. And I was kind of the guy who was always like, yeah, I'll go out, but first I'm going to go to shul. You can't say I lived a horribly Jewish life. It was always a connection, always a touch point, always a very firm point in my identity. And it was, you learn pretty quickly in the military that you're in a minority and you may be around people who've never met a Jew before in their lives, or certainly not somebody who identified as one. And even if you're not wearing a kippah or yarmulke, if there's nothing external showing that you're Jewish, if you identify, you're going to get a lot of questions. People are going to treat you as if you're the subject matter expert on all things Jewish. And it's pretty obvious quickly that to a certain extent, you're an outsider, right? There's going to be Christmas celebrations. There's going to be decorations up in the hallway that are very Christological, and it's a different experience, right? So you're not. You may be one of the group, but you do stand out a little.
Does that come in the camaraderie, or that when it comes to actually being with your unit,
so
completely turns off?
It doesn't. In a good unit or with good people, it's not going to reduce the camaraderie. However, it is something that you're aware of consciously. You may be part of that unit, you may be part of that group of people, but there's something a little different about you. And with people of goodwill, it ends up being a positive rather than negative. And the vast majority of people in the military are people of goodwill, especially when they see that you're not going to let the differences negatively impact your ability to work with them. They become, in a certain extent, your differences becomes one of your strengths, in that you're not going to compromise on who you are and what you believe in, and therefore you may have to work a little harder to be with them and to get the job done with them. And they respect that.